It's the Steve Squared Show here on Govs Radio, but it's only me. I don't know where Steve is. Have you seen him, Tony?
No.
I don't know where he is. And I haven't talked to him since last weekend before he was doing his little fun and games out in the city of brotherly love. I don't know where. Well, anyway, I guess it'll just be us, you know? Okay. Thanks a lot. What? What's going on? What? What? What is going on here?
Whoa. Oh my God!
What is going on here?
Well, I just finished the run.
Look at
just
you!
Finished the race in a nick of time.
Wow!
I mean, I had the race this weekend. I knew
surprise.
we were doing 6:30. I'm a
I
little bit
must
late.
say.
I just ran in all the way from Philadelphia. Boy, are my arms tired.
Look at you.
What do you see the bling here?
Are these like real medals?
This
Look
is real gold. Sure. Let's see. Let's go through each one individually. Well, I'll show you in order. Let's. Well, this is the first one. Look at that. Can we get a shot of that?
Yeah,
it's on there.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the 5K. So how this race worked?
Oh, it's real, all right.
Oh, it's real. This is real copper. This is telling you. How this works is now the Rocky Run this weekend in Philadelphia. By the way, thanks for tuning in. Steve, you did a fantastic holding the fort down. Thank you for that.
It's as close as I'll ever get to taking over the world. What can I tell you?
Okay, well, we all have dreams. Most of mine have been shattered, but this weekend it wasn't.
You really?
Yeah. So how they did this race? It's called the Italian Stallion Challenge. Big Rocky weekend. Fantastic. Right. I saw this on social media a couple of months ago. I said, I want to do this. Mm-hmm. So, and you know me, we've done a lot of crazy things in the past. Bodybuilding shows,
yes, you
marathon.
have.
We've done all kinds of
Yes, you have.
Right? We've been through a lot together.
Yes.
So I said, I want to do this. So what they did was it starts off with a 5K, which is a 3.1 mile run. 3.2 exactly. So some people could just register for that. And you're happy. You get this medal, you go home, you're actually home by 8 o'clock in the morning.
So this is just for finishing it.
Right, your 5K. Mm-hmm. What are you trying to say?
I'm
just thinking I didn't win it? You see the way he throws those little digs in there? He goes, so you just finished it. Okay. Not like you won anything, you piece of crap. I love the way you little digs. You're the digger.
Whatever.
So I get the 5K. Then you can register for the 10 mile, which is the second part of the race, or you could do both together, which is the Italian Stallion Half Marathon Challenge.
Right.
I did that, and so this was medal 1. Then this is medal 2 for the 10-mile finish.
Wow.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, there you go. Perfect.
That's the 10-mile finish, and it's really lovely.
Come
what is
closer
it?
to me.
Come closer to you.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
Beautiful. So there, you got it right there. What does it say on here? It's E pluribus unum.
Yes.
This is actual currency. You can use this in any subway token area. So this was the 10K. Pretty nice, right? It's the loads on there. And what does it say on the back?
Can I help you read that?
Yeah, what does it say? You know, because you have the bad ears, I have the bad eyes.
Okay, it's...
Together we make a bad version of Helen Keller.
On around it says Rocky Run.
Rocky Run.
10-mile finisher, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then in the middle in gold, it says Rocky Run.
Which is my
2024 finisher.
Isn't that your favorite ice cream, a Rocky Run? Oh, that was Rocky Road.
Yes.
And then, wait, I got one more. So then the Italian Stallion. This is the big one.
Now
this thing spins. Look at this.
Look at oh my God.
This is no joke. This is you finish the half marathon. Oh, look, there we are. And I love that. And this is look at the fight. He's got the scene of the boxing match. They really did a nice job with these medals.
Is that Apollo? Who's that with it? No, it doesn't. It's just.
Yeah.
It could be any two.
It could be any two guys. It could be any two guys. Well, maybe is that a better version? Can you see if that's Apollo?
No, I really can't tell.
Well, you know what? In memory of Carl Weathers, let's say it's Apollo.
Let's say
it is. So
so.
This is the Italian Stallion Challenge. So got these 3, and if you see here, I'm wearing the Rocky shirt. I'm all Rockied out today. I got the Rocky shirt. This they give you.
Wow.
Right? For the cool, clean price of $250 entry fee.
Very reasonable.
It wasn't that much. But I have to give a shout out to the volunteers the city of brotherly love. They just opened their arms to me. They welcomed me in like one of their own.
Really?
Like their son. It was a wonderful experience. I have nothing but good things to say about Philadelphia.
That's good. Somebody should say something nice about Philadelphia.
But
Really? Why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So no, but the volunteers were amazing. The race packet pickup was Friday night. That's where you pick up your bib and things like that. And they were cheering and with pom poms. Now I thought they held it in a really good location. It was at the Rivers Casino.
Now not that you're a real gambling guy, but every so often you partake, I think.
I did. So after I got my bib, and I was all set, and I took a couple of photos. I said it was calling me. I was walking by in the cloud of smoke and the older people just sitting there. It called me and said, come on in. Come on in. You want a little, don't you? So I walked in.
Right.
And I sat by one of the roulette things.
Okay.
And I lost $5. And then I got up and left.
Damn.
So
That's me with gambling. I mean, I will go in every time I've been into Vegas. I go in, blackjack table, 2 hands, bye. I'm done. That's my gambling.
well,
I can't.
especially blackjack at Vegas. The minimum must be a lot.
I don't have I was on the lowest
But still.
table of all, which was fairly low.
Yeah.
But I don't have the stomach for this stuff.
I did it just for a gaff.
One time I did win big
Yeah.
in the slots of all things.
Well, that's how it usually
I
happens.
won like $250. I said, you know
Wow.
what? I did. And I said, you know what? That's it. We'll stop it right there. That was it for the weekend.
You walked away.
I walked away. There were a lot of things going on. It was a bachelor party weekend. So, yeah.
Oh.
So I just,
You want to tell any more what happened that weekend, or is that
It was-
off
it-
limits?
it-
Is
it
stop
really-
gambling?
relatively speaking, it was tame. Yeah, it was relatively tame.
Nothing's tame. Was it something like Hangover? Was it
No,
similar
it
to
was
that?
nothing like that. No Mike Tyson, no tattoo on the face, no.
So I do, as good feel as it was, and everybody, you were very supportive as always
I am.
in all of these crazy things I do, and my family, they were very supportive, wonderful,
Right.
good folk, good
Good
people,
folk, good people.
and very supportive. I didn't hear anything from Tony. Tony didn't give a shit. But that's
Look,
all right.
Tony, look. You know what, Steve?
Tony puts his mic on, has nothing to say.
Steve, you're an actor.
That is
and you
true.
should know that Tony was in.
Well, he was entrenched in Farmer Willie.
Farmer Willie. He was in method. He's a method actor.
He is a method actor.
He was hanging out in the farm.
He's Method Man.
Digging manure in the backyard, So he's like trying to prepare for his part.
Now,
Let's go with all that.
let's stay. Okay, I'm going with that. So, so we did that. So that was good. I have one call out. One thing I was upset about.
Uh-oh.
The enormity of this. 20,000 runners.
No.
It was huge.
I mean, that's like a regular marathon.
It
That's-
was. This
yes.
was a huge thing. I mean, the New York City is up to 50,000, but this was huge. So they the event was unbelievable. The pictures, the photos, they had Rocky, Mick, Burgess Meredith photos everywhere,
Right.
Apollo, Dolph Lundgren, everything. It was wonderful. The late great, I should say, Carl Weathers.
Was he there?
He was who? What?
Carl Weathers.
Oh, Steve. Taking a shot at Apollo?
How about Burgess? Was Burgess there?
You know, Mickey loves you.
Speaking of which, Foul Play was on TCM last night.
With Chevy Chase?
Yes. Burgess Meredith.
Is in that?
Yes, he is.
I didn't know he was in Foul Play.
Yes. As a
With
year-
Goldie Hawn?
Yes.
How come I didn't know that?
He has a massive fight scene with Rachel Roberts. It's hysterical.
I love her I love her cooking show. But they do this whole event. It's
Yep.
2 days. It's Rocky. They're going insane. The city is and every place I went into, they're like, "You here for the Rocky run?" Like it was known. Mm-hmm. Why doesn't he make, like you said before the show, make an appearance? Go to the podium and go, let's go. Something.
And he's on the East Coast now. He moved to Florida now. So
I don't know about this. I don't know about this running. They paid me. I don't know.
He bought his daughters a place in the Hamptons too. So
I
I mean,
love
it's not
those
like he has no
daughters.
excuse.
Man, do I love that.
He's got
those
no
daughters show.
excuse.
They have a wonderful podcast show. 3 of the most talented individuals I've
I'm
ever
sure
seen.
they are.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
You're talking about.
but he's busy. Well, he's got 3 daughters or 4.
I don't know, 3. I thought maybe he's got 4. I don't know.
I mean, but wow. Yeah, they're all right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's why I watch the podcast show.
Watch their pops.
That's true. So I don't want Stallone to come find me, but he wouldn't because he was nowhere. I was there. He was not there. I thought he should have, made an appearance, but he's too busy filming that garbage Tulsa King that's in season 2.
It's gotten some good reviews.
Oh, stop it. Did you see it yet?
I have seen some of the first season.
Every episode goes like this. So this guy Stallone, I could synopsis the show in 1 minute. He gets out of prison. He's an older guy that was in the New York Mafia, and now a younger contingency has taken over, and they want to exile him. They don't like that they want him out. So he comes out and he goes, I'm ready to get back in the streets. And they go, we got a better idea for you. They're like, we weren't going to send you out of here, and we want to put you somewhere where you could start up the extension of our family. We're going to send you to Tulsa, Oklahoma. He goes, where's that? I don't know Tulsa, Oklahoma. Where you go? So then he goes to Oklahoma, and every scene he goes into a club, a bar, a restaurant. He goes, let me speak to the owner. And he goes, I like this joint. And he goes, can I help you, sir? He goes, yeah, it's now mine. And he punches the guy in the face. And then he does that in every scene. He goes into a deli, a pool hall. He goes, how much does this place take in? They go, oh, we do real good. He goes, now it's mine. And he punches the guy. And this is every episode for 12 episodes. That's season 1.
You're absolutely right about that.
And then season 2, there's a girl that happens to appear. So now they were like, maybe we should put a love interest. So now I don't go for love, you know what I'm saying? I had plenty of it in jail. So that's now everybody doesn't have to watch Tulsa King. I just did it for you.
Was Cuff and Link at the marathon?
No, they were not.
Oh.
I know, that would have been good. But they had wonderful show. I don't have it, but I do have something for you. I
Really?
didn't have it. Yeah, I got you
Want me
something.
a
Yeah.
gift?
Oh, sure.
You always don't have to do that.
Steve, come on. We go back many moons, as they say in the business.
That's true.
So, and then I'm in Philly. So my mom gives me important direction. She doesn't. It's not. I'm with you. Good luck. You can do this. Mm-hmm. It's. Don't forget to bring me back a Philly cheesesteak. This is my dream, a Philly cheesesteak. No, she was wonderful, but. I did, so I went into, if Tony, if you get a second to flip up Sonny's, I got to give Sonny's some love because my mom said it was terrific. Terrific.
Now, I see, this is really an adventure for Steve, and it's a great stress. Steve can do runs and everything like that, but just to have food that he doesn't eat, that he has to pack and have with him on his person for the whole trip back. That's tough for him.
It was. I was on a train. I took Amtrak there, but a bus
even
home.
Though if you're not gonna eat it, but it's gonna somehow seep into your skin somehow and like overtake you. And then it's all over.
The waft, the aroma. Sonny's famous. What does that say? Philly cheesesteak? Cheesesteak?
Sonny's famous
cheesesteaks. Can you read that?
No, I gotta get my glasses.
Get your glasses on, Steve. Read that out loud. Is that Sonny's famous cheesesteak?
Old City. Sonny's famous cheesesteaks.
Yeah, wonderful place. Now, if you put up the other shot.
Cheesesteaks, burgers, Philadelphia, PA.
Nice. Then if there's another. Oh, my God.
Sorry. Can't help it.
Actually.
I shouldn't complain.
Talking about runs, that place will give you the runs.
It was a great series.
The next one's up.
Is this? Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, you got to delay that.
Oh, I am delayed. The next shot will be, it'll talk about their famous meat. I believe if we get a shot of that, it'll be coming up momentarily. There it is.
When they talk about famous meat.
It says, what does that say, Steve?
Can't beat our meat.
That is the sign of a winning store. That is Angus. They only use Angus. Angus Khan, who was a terror back in the Middle Ages. That's what they named the beef after. Angus Khan.
Angus Khan. That's true.
I know my history.
Of course you do.
All right. Oh, a close-up
Juicy.
of the meat.
Juicy
Juicy, 100% burger.
100%.
Can't beat our meat. And then there's one last shot on the block right next to this place. I thought this was really funny, this place. There was a pizza establishment, and I don't know if you could read the sign. What does that say in the upper? If you get it, maybe if you could zoom in a little.
Okay.
Can you see what it says?
Yes, I can. It says Big Ass Slices Bar and Grill.
Big ass slices. I mean, that's Philly right there. Big ass slices.
Yes.
You would have loved that place.
It smells, I'm sure, like slices.
It was. There it is. Close up. Big ass slices. Bar and Grill. But there was, there was a place. I don't know how they do business across from my hotel called Putt Shack, and it was just little putting greens. It was like a Dave and Buster's,
Right.
But all putting greens.
Okay.
And then you have a little restaurant, a little bar. But it was unbelievable. It was just. It was. Wait, you can't
Exactly.
see my hat say Rocky. How come you can't see it? Am I wearing it the wrong? Oh, you know why? I know why.
That's why you need wardrobe.
Help me out here. So say Rocky more. I'm trying to get it to say Rocky.
I'm talent. I don't get paid to do makeup and wardrobe.
Well, we'll give you extra credit. You'll be an executive producer today, okay?
Let's see.
I don't know.
It's just weird.
Yeah, it's not. It's hard to see the Rocky.
It's an awkward hat.
It's a very
it
awkward.
should be.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
That
it's
worked,
a little
that
better.
worked.
Yeah.
That worked. There
All
you
right. So anyway, yeah, it was a good weekend, good run. So one of the parts of the run was this Mount Drago I told you about, 500-foot ascent. It's put me into a little bit of a problematic area today. I'm a little. So they had a lot of songs, and they had Eye of the Tiger was playing.
Eye of the Tiger, baby.
Now, which is your favorite Rocky theme? I know we can't play any of it on the air, but
Well, that one
the Bill
song-
Conti
Well, Bill Conti's music is fantastic.
is just what it is.
It is.
It's legendary.
I mean, Eye of the Tiger, I think, is a little overplayed. There was another Survivor song? Wasn't it Burning Hearts? Was that from one of the Rock?
Two Hearts.
Yeah,
yeah,
Burning
Two Hearts.
Heart.
Yeah,
good.
That's
That's a
Burning
good-
Love or something. No.
Wait, Burning Heart.
Burning Heart.
Burning Love.
Burning
Come on.
Love. That's
Elvis. Yes. Don't ever confuse Elvis with Survivor.
So they had that was in Rocky 4. Mm-hmm. Rocky 3 was Eye of the Tiger.
Right.
Rocky 1 and 2 was the Bill Conti, real traditional.
Well, Bill did the soundtrack for most of the, the score for most of the movies, right?
For 3 and 4?
For most of them, yeah.
Did I didn't know. I thought it was just 1 and 2.
Oh,
I don't know.
of course, and
You
of
would know
course,
better than
you don't
me.
need. All you need is Rocky's theme by Bill Conti, which is
That's what I'm saying. That's the signature. So it's. I'm just saying they should.
If that doesn't drive you to do anything,
But here's
Like,
the difference between.
get out of bed,
Now I've done the New York
then-
Marathon, right?
yes,
And the difference between that and any other race I've done, this was mainly I've done the Long Island half, and you're just down the Wantaw Parkway. Mm-hmm. It's very boring.
right.
This was a lot of Parkway in Philadelphia. There was no. You go to New York Marathon, there's thousands of people lining. The only time there's people not along the path is on the bridges,
Right.
because New Yorkers. You put them on a bridge, they're jumping right off.
You know they do.
So they don't let people watch
Mm-hmm.
from the bridge, because then they're gonna have a lot of other problems.
That's right.
So, but the people are screaming from their apartment. Like, it's very exciting, very motivating, and you're seeing the heart of Staten Island, which I could do without, but Brooklyn, Queens, your general boroughs.
You got your full-fledged, your typical run-of-the-mill boroughs, and then you have
Well, really, you're in Verrazano for a second, because Staten Island,
That's
just the bridge,
Staten Island is
You're off in a second.
That's how you only represent.
right? They're only famous for their bridge and their garbage. So, and there's some mobsters that live there too.
Yes.
But other than that, not a lot to do over there. So, that's what sets it apart. So it means a lot when you're running, and it was very careful to pick my play music. My playlist was very careful. Each song.
So how long was your playlist for?
I made it for about 2 hours because I wanted it to be plenty and have enough songs and enough stuff. So I really put a real eclectic combination. I did some country because I felt some moments I like country.
Yeah.
I did some grunge, Sometimes I felt a little Nirvana, a little Linkin Park, a little bit of that. Sometimes I wanted a little, I did. I
should have shared that with me. I would have loved to see what
send it to you.
drives you.
Heart. I did a little bit of Heart. I have a little bit of that. Mm-hmm. Tony Robbins. Not Tony Robbins. Who's the Marty Robbins? I'm just kidding. Down in the West Texas town of El Paso.
That really, oh my God, that would put me over the edge for sure.
Actually, what I should have done was just put Tony Robbins on and had him just talking for the whole time.
Be the best you. Look at you. You're great.
Look at you. What's wrong with you? Are you just going to stop now and just end your life? You can do this?
Here, walk on hot coals right now.
Let me tell you a story about what happened to me. I was born in a jungle. And now look at me. I'm a billionaire.
Now all of a sudden you're Jack.
Now I'm kind of a Jack in Tony Robbins.
Now let me ask you something.
Ask me.
And I've asked you this before maybe, but I maybe never got a right answer.
I'll try to give you a left answer.
Talking to somebody who actually looks at running and just sees nothing but pain. Here is someone. I was the fat kid. You know what? When I was in the Massapequa,
I thought you were going to say the mafia.
When I was in the Massapequa,
here's a news break.
Close. The Massapequa Soccer Club.
He was in the Gambino crime family.
Massapequa Soccer Club.
Yes.
And I would run. I'd be the fat kid. I was never near that ball. I would just run and run and run. I never got.
Well, let me for a second.
How do you do this? Let me tell you. On my break from lunch,
yes.
Running, I run across Street 107 to Chipotle, and I'm dying. And I'm in better shape than I've been in years.
That's what I want to say. I have to stop your story right there because, Tony, look at this guy. He's been locked in, consistent. Have you ever seen Steve look like this?
No.
Thank you.
He's been consistent, going to the gym. He's been locked in. I'm very proud of you. Now, I hate running. I hated running because here's the problem with running when you're a kid. It's always used as a punishment tool.
Right.
When you're in gym class. I'm going to make you run sports.
Right.
You guys don't perform. I'm making you run. So it's never learned as something to enjoy. It's a punishment. So that's how that's the idea of it. So I had to reconfigure myself. It was after, when I got into running, after we did the bodybuilding shows.
Right, I remember that.
And I said, I need to do something different. I want to do something that's not a complete different turnaround. And running is weird because you never know how you're going to feel that day. You could have a cramp. You could have a foot pain. Your body you just don't know. Like a workout, you take breaks in between sets. You can get through a workout. But a run, you have no choice. You could have a stitch, what they call a cramp in your side.
Right.
Which you give me sometimes. Steve has given me a cramp in my side.
And I assure you.
Yes.
It's done on purpose.
I know it is. But it's with love.
Of course.
Speaking of the city of brotherly love.
Yeah. That's what they call it.
Man, is he angry at Philly. There's a lot. I got two guys on my side here that have
I'm with him.
Enemy, heated Philly. But anyway, so so that was a good weekend. And I took Amtrak. Now the problem with Amtrak, I went there with Amtrak. It's almost like, it's not like the Long Island Railroad. You buy a ticket. A ticket is $10 off peak or peak.
Right.
Whatever it is. It is what it is,
right.
Depending on your zone. Amtrak's like, it's $64. Okay, then you go on to buy it. Now that price is no longer available. It's $133. Now that price is not available. Now it's $11. Now it goes like unbelievable. It's like all over the place. So
if you buy tickets earlier, would it be cheaper?
I think it is, but when I was doing it, it was kind of close and it was really difficult and hard to get. But I had to take Amtrak because I couldn't take a chance with a bus because I had to be there at a certain time. Going home, the prices were exorbitant, so I took a bus. And it was a good deal. I used Flix, not Greyhound, not Peter Pan. Flix.
Flix.
Which I believe is a movie station. They've not got into the transportation business. It's okay. I was a little nervous when I was the only one on the bus.
I would trust a Greyhound rather than Flix.
I got home, didn't I?
Never heard of them.
Yeah, Flix. But you've heard of Peter Pan. does a bus service, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Megabus,
Yeah.
Greyhound, obviously, but this was Flix. And the guy was there, wonderful, a lovely man. He said, "You going to New York?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're on the right bus." He said, "Throw your stuff underneath."
So I'm afraid to ask, where does this leave you off in New York? I'm sure there's only one place that
Now-
can leave you off in New York. Would that be the Port Authority?
No, right by Penn Station.
Wow.
I mean, literally as soon as I got off, it was the entrance to Penn Station right by Moynihan. Or you could walk across the street to the other side.
Oh,
Either
oh,
way.
that's good.
And I caught a Babylon train. I mean, the timing
actually,
was
it would have been
fantastic.
better if it would have been better if they let you off at Port Authority, because then you'd have another
Show,
another show of
another angle. No,
of stories.
I have to give love to Flix Bus Company, another proud non-sponsor of the Steve Squared Show.
Wow.
I should contact them and see if they want to do a little advertising.
Yes, you should.
Because I have nothing but great things to say about Flix.
And Sherry Padell has nothing but great things to say to you.
Oh, you know who that is?
Sherry Padell.
That's my sister.
Very nice.
She goes by a different last name, which I think most of my family should do.
Congratulations, Steve. Way to go, Steve.
There you go. That's my sis. She never always is there
She's
for
a
me.
good sister.
I have a good family.
She really is.
My whole family, you got to love them. And to deal with me, let's
Yes,
be honest.
I realize
You've known
that.
me quite a long time.
I do know you.
I've thrown you out of many places, and you've come back for more. The punishment you absorbed from me over the years is your friendship is undeniable.
You do notice I didn't go near you during the World Series because I knew I would have been accused of bad luck.
But you know what? With the World Series this year, I had a different feel. For me, I wanted them to get there, and I didn't have that same like that year we were watching.
Right.
I was happy they made it back. But that year when I went, well, that was a lot of, you know why I was a little in that year? It was hard to watch with somebody that you had, like Joe was making it uncomfortable.
So
to
Tony,
explain.
we had these friends.
He knows
All
the
right.
story.
Well, there's always
Yes, I
an
remember
excuse.
this.
Yeah, Steve knows.
For me, I would never show up at the beginning of the game. I'd come in a little later on in the middle of the game.
You don't
So
do
that kind of
You just don't do that.
sets him off.
Everything
All
sets me
right.
off.
Then our friend Joe will ask,
Right. He
Yankees,
had no idea.
Yankees
right?
hit a home.
Nah,
Yankees
nah.
hit a home run. Is that good? Is that good? And Steven, yes, that's good.
Let's get to something more important. What do you think about Ariana Grande as Glinda in Wicked coming out this Friday? Are you nervous for her?
Let me tell
you. Think
you-
she's going to deliver?
Let me tell you what angers me about this, Steve. And I bet it
I got
angers
it right
you.
here.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll do fine. But you know what the thing is?
What is
They
the
took so for one price, you could go onto Broadway and see Wicked, the whole thing.
Wicked.
That's right. Another Joe.
Another Joe drop.
But
But
how cynical of Hollywood to do this. We're going to split the movie version into two separate films. So you're only going to see one part of the movie.
right.
And then the second part is going to be.
So
So you're only seeing one half of the.
You're
of
only
the-
seeing half of what the
of
Broadway show
of the
would be.
Yes.
okay. Have you ever seen the Broadway show?
I have not.
No, me
I know
neither.
our friend Joe did because Wicked! That's all he would sing all the time.
I've never seen it, but I have seen Ariana
But,
Grande, and that's all I need to know.
You know, I do know at least a couple of the songs, Defying Gravity, and then every so often I see something from Wicked, and at Starbucks they are making Wicked drinks, two Wicked.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They cashing in, huh?
Oh God, yeah.
Now,
And then I just start hearing Popular in my head. Popular, I want to be popular.
now I can't. To me, it's just Kristen Chenoweth. I can't get anybody else to play that role.
She's good. She is good.
She's good. So and the Wizard of Oz slippers apparently had been stolen, and they've now been found. A few pairs. There's been
Again?
a few pairs, but yes. So the auction company received the bedazzled slippers from Michael Shaw, the memorabilia collector, who originally owned the footwear.
And he died, right? And then they gave him.
He had lent the shoes in 2005 to the Judy Garland Museum in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, which of course it should be. That summer, someone smashed through the display case and stole the slippers. A mad dash with the slippers. Put the slippers on and ran out of the place. Their whereabouts remained a mystery until the FBI recovered them in 2008. Now the museum is among those vying for the slippers, which were one of the several pairs Garland wore. Now, here's the price that the funds, they're saying that these are going to sell for. Guess how much? I think this is low. I mean, you're talking about Judy Garland, Wizard of Oz slippers.
I would say that, but now we're really in a different era right now.
Okay.
What,
do
a
you
million?
think? 100,000.
Wow.
Isn't that
And
low?
I thought a million was low. I
This
thought,
sounds dramatically low to me. 100,000.
you know, you got to strike when the
Now, the man
iron was hot.
the man who stole the slippers, Terry John Martin, was 76 years old at the time.
and he admitted that he stole them.
When he was sentenced in January to time served because of his poor health. They always have poor health, right? They're healthy enough to steal, but right then they go in an oxygen mask and a gas tent, and they can't.
It's like the gangsters.
Right. They all come in. So that's that. You know, Todd Bridges' son is getting some notoriety as a singer. Leon Bridges.
No.
Leon Bridges.
Leon Bridges is not Todd Bridges.
Yes,
son.
he is. Look it up. I finally.
And
got
I love
something
Leon
that's-
Bridges.
Look it up. I finally got him. This
No.
is the moment. I finally got him.
No.
Yes. And he actually changed his name to Leon.
No, he's not.
I am. He is. It totally is. What do you, Steve? I'm gonna look this up myself. I don't trust you. Is he or not?
He doesn't say anything about him being.
Hold on. It doesn't say it's not.
His real name is Todd Michael Bridges, so maybe that's what got you there.
Here it is. Leon Bridges. Oh God.
No, his parents are Lisa Sawyer and Wallace Bridges Sr. Okay.
But wait, there's no. Todd's in
Wait,
there somewhere.
I thought this was one of your little jokes,
No.
but his real name is Todd Michael Bridges. That's Leon's real name.
Okay, so maybe that's what's happening.
Wow, I knew that.
Steve got hysterical.
I
You don't want Todd Bridges to have any credit for
Well,
anything in life.
I know. I was waiting for a joke. I thought that was the
No,
joke.
I was not. I thought for sure. I must have. I don't listen to.
He's
full
got some
stories.
good.
I hear half things
He's
and I-
really good, and
Who,
he's
Leon Bridges or Todd Bridges?
I haven't heard Todd sing.
Well, you've seen him act. I mean, he's
I have seen-
wonderful.
I've seen him
aside of Gary Coleman,
Yes.
those two were fantastic.
Oh, you can't beat
You
that.
can't bring magic like that together.
No,
They
you
had
can't.
chemistry. They had what it's called. They had it. They had heat. Here it is, Glenda, and there they are. Wicked. What do you think about that?
Bum, 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 bum. Where's Indina Menzel? Sias its own.
Or, as John Travolta calls her, Akademidi Ashmane Mare Fare.
Mecca Mecca High, Mecca High.
Mecca, Mecca, hama, 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 ho. Now singing. You gotta love. He's great. I gotta give a shout out to this girl. What's her name? Emily Schoen. Which is there a who does the show here? There's a woman that does a show here. Gail Schoen, or she does am I getting the name wrong?
Here in the studio or here in the club?
Gov's Radio. No, the studio. She her last name is Schoen or Schoen. Is there a girl, a female?
No.
There was a picture of her up on Gov's Radio when I was setting it up for my mom, and she goes, "Oh, there's you up at this in one of your shows." I said, "That's not me. That's you see, it says Gail Schoen or something. I forget the name." It was up in the when you put up YouTube and you put up Gov's Radio, that's one of your guys' little things. I don't. Maybe I'm saying her name wrong.
I have no idea who you're.
I'll show you after the show.
All right. Sorry.
I'll show you. No, don't be sorry. I'm probably wrong. I'm usually am. I mean, look at me and Todd Bridges. I messed up that whole segment. Anyway, Emily Schoen, a junior at Connecticut, which is always a hard school to spell, in Bohemia, performed the Heimlich on her driver's ed teacher.
Oh.
Now, I remember my driver's ed teacher. I would have let him choke to death. I would have let that guy beg for mercy until he passed me. But this young girl, who is a way more better character than I am, she saw her teacher gasping for air after sucking on a lifesaver. The woman had popped in a hard candy lifesaver, which, by the way, are delicious.
Oh, they are good.
You love a lifesaver. Only this time it didn't save her life. It almost killed her. And but this girl jumped to action, jumped out of the car, I mean, what a story. And she saved, and the woman made a joke, well, she's definitely passing driver's ed now. Ha, 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 ha. But she later failed her. But that's amazing. That's unbelievable, right? That's a great story.
That is. Look at that. And she gets a little piece of paper.
That's what they gave her.
Certificate of recognition. That's great.
Right? Right? I mean, look what I got for running. This saves a person's life. She gets a piece of loose leaf. It's just, this is why the world's not a fair place. You have to navigate it. And speaking of navigation, did you guys hear about this guy? And I'm sick of this every offseason. Here's the next Japanese pitcher that's buying for the Yankees and Mets, right? And he'll end up in Los Angeles. It goes through this every day. Who's going to get him? The Yankees and Mets? Oh, L.A. signed him. Okay. Oh, he wants to go there. He's getting $1,200 million. It's all deferred. It goes to his family. It's always this weird contracts that they do in L.A.
Oh,
Here he is. Major import. I love the Newsday.
Hocus pocus.
There he is. This guy's name is Roki Sasaki. He's a Japanese team announced Saturday that he will be made available to the Major League Baseball world.
Yes, he will.
So he's got a high leg kick, wonderful shoulder dexterity.
You know, he'd be perfect for New York. He could on the off season, he can be in the kick line with the Rockettes. I mean,
Oh, because of the kick.
Yeah, the kick, yeah.
You know who else had a great kick? Remember El Duque? He had a great leg kick.
Yes.
Oh, I loved his leg kick.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, they waste back page space because this guy will be in a Dodger uniform in 3 weeks.
I don't know about that. We'll see.
I do know about that.
How do you know these things?
Because they enjoy going to Los Angeles. Japanese players like to go. Not even they. I'm saying Japanese players because you got to look at it. It's a shorter trip home.
That's true.
They have people there that there's a lot of Japanese players there, so they have teammates they can speak with.
Well, if they come to New York and play, maybe they'd be a little happier.
But it's already
we had Matsui,
Hideki Matsui, Hideki Matsui,
right.
and then the pitcher Arabu.
Mets had another.
They had another
somebody. Matsui, right? I forgot
something.
Tokiak. I forgot his name.
Okay. Anyway, it's. Do you know the DJ Aoki? Roki Aoki?
Steve Aoki.
Now,
yes.
This is accurate and not a joke. His dad is the founder of Benihana. That's Aoki. I forget his first name, but that's
really
yes.
I did not even know.
Yes, his dad was he was a professional wrestler, and he came here.
He was a sumo wrestler, or was he just?
I think more of a professional wrestler because he wasn't a big, heavy sumo wrestler.
Steve's a skinny guy.
Yeah, no, this guy is this guy's a skinny guy. Or he passed away, but he was a very entrepreneurish type of guy. He came here, and Benihana didn't do great at the beginning.
Right.
And then he told his father, who gave him money and tried to help him do this, he said, we have to Americanize it. Americans don't want traditional Japanese food. We need to they like chicken, steak, teriyaki style. So he made it a whole different idea. Speaking of which, Friday's bankrupt. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well.
You think that something's up? How could Fridays go bankrupt?
COVID. COVID's a reason. Restaurants are more expensive too now, and it's
This makes
and people don't want to go. And even after COVID, people don't want to go out anymore.
Well, this makes no sense to me. Look at this article. What does this say?
They'd rather take out and eat at home. Patrons toasting with mocktails.
So this is the new thing. It's a cocktail without the alcohol, just the sugar and the calories.
Does this upset you? I wish we had this when I knew you.
Easy. Yeah, family watching. Anyway, mocktails.
That's a joke.
Mocktails. So they're, like I said, they have all the sugar and stuff of
sugar, of course.
Of the
no alcohol, but yeah.
But they kept the sugar in.
So what good is that going to do?
Exactly.
You got a hangover from that.
Now pitching, number 2, Karaoke Sasaki.
Now, of course, now I know Steve, as much as Steve loves Newsday.
I do.
Newsday sports section gets Steve very irked because sometimes they get very pro-Mets. They get very anti-Yankee at times.
Well, it's really David Lennon. Let's call out, because Eric Bolin is a friend of the show and a friend of mine. And he covers the Yanks and gives a very fair article. I just want fairness. David Lennon, every article is a shot. He's got something wrong with him, some axe to grind.
Yes.
And let's be honest, Newsday's on its way out anyway. What a rag.
Who are you? The next president? You sound to that. It's all. They're all going out. They're on their way out.
So what do you read? You look like a maybe the Daily News, the Post. What kind of guy are you?
I read a lot of stuff. I have my app here, and I have the Daily News. I have Newsday. I have the New York Times.
Wall Street Journal. You're you like to keep abreast.
I should have the Wall Street Journal, but I gotta stop the buck somewhere. I can't pay subscriptions to everywhere.
So today and before
I had one to the LA Times, but then I just gave that up because I'm sorry.
No. Before I get any further, I didn't want to forget. Today is Veterans Day.
It is Veterans Day.
So we have to give a shout out to all our veterans. Wonderful.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Wonderful. And a lot of stores are discounting for veterans, and I have a list of them, and I'll just give a couple. Applebee's.
What are they doing?
What is Applebee's doing? Oh, the Fiesta Lime Chicken has a $5 discount. If you're interested, if you're a veteran, all right, you just came out of the rice patties of Vietnam. You're just enraged, and now you go into Applebee's, you get a Fiesta chicken for $5 off. That's what they give these poor guys.
That was about 50 years ago.
Steve
You
hates when I
didn't
talk
just
history.
come out of them.
Hey, you know what? Don't worry about the time frame. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, B-dubs.
Get a free order of 10 boneless wings if you're a veteran. BurgerFi. Have you ever heard of BurgerFi?
I have.
20% off with a military ID. California Pizza Kitchen giving discounts. Chili's. Dave & Buster's, Denny's, Dunkin', the Home Depot, IHOP. Get a free small stack of pancakes.
Wow. Now that's a treat.
And I know you love the IHOP.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember where our
Do you know, Tony, the IHOP in Hicksville's now open 24 hours? Did you see that?
I did see that.
Very exciting.
Yes, that is very
Your
exciting.
dream has finally come true. That's your dream, right? 24-hour pancakes?
You want to come with me one night? We'll
I'll
go to
tell.
LA.
Where? Let's see. I'm going to give Steve a little quick trivia. Where was our first meeting before our first telecast of the Steve Square Show?
It was at the IHOP in Levittown,
and
right?
do you remember
here.
what you ordered?
Yeah, I ordered an egg omelet with pancakes.
I think you got the turkey dinner.
Oh, I might have gotten. You're
and
right.
remember you said
that
that was upset your stomach. The first show, you had a little stomach ache.
Yeah, that was a little.
It was a little too much for a
Carved
first show.
out.
Yeah, a little bit.
That probably messed me up.
Office Depot, Outback Steakhouse, Longhorn, Target, Qdoba. White Castles is honoring the vets.
Wow.
There's a really long list of people here that are honoring the vets. You know who I see conspicuously missing?
Governors?
Well, not governor. No, Tony, I don't want to call you out.
Go call me out because
Steve knows right where I'm going.
I gave out about 10 free coffees today.
To vets?
Yes.
Nice.
How did you know? Like they just came and said I'm a vet, or you?
Yeah. You say you're a vet, and you give them a small hot coffee or a small iced coffee.
That's nice. You're a nice man.
It's Starbucks.
Yes. Well, who did it? Starbucks did it, or
Yeah.
you did it?
No, it's a Starbucks. It's a whole.
Oh, so why didn't they put their name here?
Obviously, Newsday is anti-Yankee and anti-Starbucks.
What do you think of it? Now, how's it like to get the shoe on the other foot?
They like Dunkin'.
Yeah, Dunkin's right here, baby.
I go to Dunkin' probably more than I go to Starbucks.
Now, I want to give a little. I like to get political on the show. You know me. I like to get in it.
Yes, you do.
I like to get in it. I like to get a little. Yeah, everybody's getting nervous now. They don't know what I'm going to say. This is where it gets
look
nervous.
out now.
I'll shut this whole comedy club down right now.
I'm going to get ready to duck under the
You
table.
better. This place will be an IHOP by morning. This will be an extension of IHOP. You'll be getting 24-hour egg omelets here. Silver dollar pancakes. You used to love those, right? The little ones.
Those are cute.
Those are cute,
I usually didn't order them, but yes,
No?
they're very cute.
Okay.
Right, those silver dollars.
You like powdered sugar on your pancakes, or you like to take them straight with a mocktail?
So I like syrup usually.
You are syrupy. So as we know now, we know who the president-elect Donald Trump will be.
Yes.
It will be
He
Donald Trump.
He will be
Right. So I
president.
redundantly said that.
the 47th president of the United States.
Right. Or for those of our Hispanic telecasts, 47. El Presidente. I like to. You don't have to push your
I
SAT
love when
button
you
here.
reach,
I just
I
do
love
it.
when you reach out.
I reach out to everybody. I'm a friend of everybody.
Yeah.
So there's only one other president that was a two-serving president with a little divot in between, if you will, with another president in between.
Right.
So it wasn't consecutive. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, I understand.
You got it. They're not consecutive.
Wasn't consecutive.
Somebody was in between.
Yes.
Who was that president?
Millard Fillmore.
You going with Millard Fillmore?
I am.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Steve, final?
Millard Fillmore.
You'd be wrong. It was the great
Grover Cleveland.
You got it. Wow.
Like I said, Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland was, let me tell you what his was. Now, this is amazing. He was the first president and then the 44th. He had a really long gap in between. No, he was 22 and 24.
George Washington was the first president.
You don't know that for a fact. You weren't around. You're just going by history books. Nobody knows. Nobody believes any of that. Stop it. We don't know who the president was back then. There was no TV. We don't know anything. Show me film of that, and then I'll believe it. I don't believe anything. Do you believe he had wooden teeth, too?
They do. And when you go to Monticello, where he lived, they have his teeth. And they tell people.
He didn't have a good dental plan either back then.
They have a sign.
It's hard to get dental. It's been hard to get dental coverage ever since the American Revolution.
Have you ever seen the picture of the president's teeth, the President Washington's teeth? It's like horrible. This man must have been in pain.
Well, it's really actually not wooden, but it was made out of an elephant.
It's like
tusk.
different. It looks like a mishmash of materials.
And here, 24 more monkeys have been recovered. You heard about this monkey escape, right?
There's a sign at the display of of Washington's teeth that says, "Please do not take pictures of the president's teeth." What about the monkeys?
The monkeys, they were escaped.
Yes, I know. Monkeys escaped. They got one, didn't they?
24 have been recovered.
24?
Unharmed. And do you hear about this guy with the squirrel? The pet squirrel? Do you see this guy?
Peanut the squirrel?
Yeah, you heard about this internet sensation idiot.
Yep.
And it says it's illegal to have a pet squirrel or any other rodent. So they euthanized. What did they euthanize? The squirrel or the guy?
The squirrel, and they also did a...
They should have euthanized the guy.
They also did a raccoon also.
He had all this, and he says he was trying to get his wildlife license. Yeah, okay. Where in his apartment?
They can play all the games that they want. He's losing a lot of money because he was all over TikTok.
Who's losing a lot of money?
This guy.
How's he losing money?
He's been making money with that stupid squirrel.
Oh.
He's been on TikTok all the time.
But how does he make money? How do you make money? What, with sponsors? Because he's getting so many views?
You get views. Yes, exactly.
I don't know how that all works, that crazy social media thing.
It's all that hocus pocus.
I don't know
it's like chiropractors,
exactly.
right?
It's all fake.
Hocus pocus.
It's all hocus pocus and fake. None of it's real. So Todd Bridges' son, Leon, will be performing at the Westbury Music Fair. Do you know Jay Leno's doing stand-up at the Westbury Music Fair?
He did last week.
Yeah. Oh, how was Jay Leno a stand-up at this age? Have you seen him? Is he?
No, I haven't.
Is he someone that would come here?
He's been. Years ago he was here.
Yeah, I see his picture. Yeah, right.
Would he?
I think there's a. At this stage of his career, you think he would do a?
If the price is right, I bet he would come. Sure.
Yeah. In the last year, who's the biggest name we've had here in governors? Like in the last year, I know Andrew Dice and things like that, but
good question. You know what? Just a few weeks ago, Jeff Garland was here.
Okay.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's a pretty big one, right?
Yeah.
That is a big one. That is a very good one. I want to show this before. So I found this. Me and my mom started recently watching Alfred Hitchcock movies.
No, really?
We always liked Alfred Hitchcock, but we were like, we haven't seen Psycho in a while, The Birds. I'm in Philadelphia, and boom, look what I see. An Alfred Hitchcock bobblehead. I mean, it was unbelievable. And it
unbobbable.
Unbobbable. And look at him with that look with the birds. You see that look?
Yes, indeed.
The girl, Tippy. We're going to throw real birds at you. We're going to throw real birds at you. But I thought they were going to be mechanical.
He was one of those directors who felt actors were like cattle, livestock.
Well, he liked his blonde women.
He referred to them as that, yes.
Whether we be. So let me test you. So you do know, obviously this is easy for Steve. So I'm going to give you a couple of movies. Let's start with, just saw it, Rear Window.
Okay.
Great movie.
Really
Great
good.
movie,
Just
yes.
saw it last night. Give me the two leading actors. Piece of cake.
Jimmy Stewart and is it Eva Marie Saint? I forgot who the.
She's no saint, and you're wrong.
It was
Come on.
Kim Novak.
No?
No, it was. At least it's a blonde. I'm getting the blonde right.
You're getting the blonde right. She married the Prince of Monaco?
Oh God, yeah, Grace Kelly. Of
Grace
course.
Kelly. Now, here's a really good one, and Tony will definitely get this because he knows the movie. Who was the murderer in the rear window across the alley?
Oh, I know this too.
Who was that actor?
Yep, I know.
We both
was
know
it?
it. Raymond Burr.
The great Raymond Burr. This was pre-Perry Mason. It's before he went back. It was because the movie was in the early 50s.
What? Well, yeah,
Rear
maybe
window.
not mid 50s.
Rear window was 54.
It was 54. Okay, very good.
So,
But that was before Godzilla. Raymond Burr was in Godzilla.
see, that I did not know.
Well, you know what the story with that was? Godzilla came. They bought Godzilla from Japan, and they felt the distributor said, "Well, we need to recut it and put an American actor in there." So they recut it to put Raymond Burr in the scenes also. And that's
I'll give you another Hitchcock trivia. Let me think what a good one is. All right, so who played opposite Jimmy Stewart in another Alfred Hitchcock movie? Oh boy, I forget the name of this movie. Why do I forget it? It wasn't Iron Curtain. It was the other one where their kid was kidnapped. Their son was kidnapped, and they had to get him back. It was very espionage. Who played opposite Jimmy Stewart in that movie? I forget the name. Fails me now.
I don't know the name of it.
Now, Kim Novak was in Vertigo.
Right.
You're thinking of Vertigo.
Yeah.
Doris Day was opposite Jimmy Stewart.
Oh, yeah. Que sera, sera. What was that?
Yeah, I don't think that was
movie?
the name of the movie.
No, it was a song.
No, I know.
Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. I forgot the name of it. Can you believe that?
That's all right. Look it up. Strangers on a Train? No.
That was from a few years before.
Okay. Dial M for Murder? No. North by Northwest? That was Cary Grant.
Let's see.
So he did a lot of good movies. And he had all the big actors in his movies.
Oh, yeah.
Cary Grant. He had Paul Newman. He had them all. He was good. He was very good. Do you know whose birthday it is today? While you look that up?
Whose birthday?
Happy birthday to the one and only Leonardo DiCaprio.
50 years old.
50 years old today.
The Man Who Knew Too Much. That was the movie.
The Man Who Knew Too Much. Yes. I will never be called that. I've never been accused of that. Yeah, Leo. What was your favorite DiCaprio movie? Did you have do you like Leonardo DiCaprio?
I do like Leo.
Any favorites that come to mind?
I'll tell you. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I thought he was very good.
Very good.
That's like one of my favorites when he was young.
Basketball Diaries was good when he was
Diaries.
young.
Oh yeah, of
right?
course.
I mean, that was. Oh, and This Boy's Life
This Boy's Life
with Robert De Niro. I mean, those were his younger,
Yes,
his
yes.
real. But you knew he was going to be big.
Yes. I liked Wolf of Wall Street. I liked.
The Wolf.
I liked.
Don't say it. Don't do it.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying Interception.
No, I was going to say
didn't like-
Titanic.
No, Titanic's all right, but I mean, it's just not.
I know.
I
loved the one with Django was great. That
Yes,
was really good.
yes.
The one with Tom Hanks, Catch Me If You Can.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love that movie.
Great movie. With
Yes,
Brad Pitt.
him
The two
and
of them
Brad
together
were. Him and
great.
Brad were fantastic.
That was a
was a
really
great
really
team.
good. And they had a lot of good people in that movie.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, he's done Blood Diamond. I mean, everything. He's really had very few misses
Right.
in his career. You know, very few where you would be like that was stuff like Inception. I think there was another one, but most of his stuff, his body of work, has been pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like Hitchcock. Now, Hitchcock had a thing. It said, did you know Hitchcock introduced the concept of the MacGuffin? Have you heard of this? A controversial plot, a contrived plot device around which a whole story seems to revolve, but ultimately has nothing to do with the true meaning or ending of the story. Mm-hmm. It's called a MacGuffin.
I did not know that.
Well, now you do. Do you know when he was born, Alfred Hitchcock?
1899.
You saw it. You're right.
1899. I just know these things.
You do know these things.
It was on the box.
It was on the box. 1899. Now, I used to like how I knew Hitchcock was the Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Right.
Now, he always makes an appearance in his movies. You know this.
Yes,
He always makes that cameo.
Always makes the cameo.
But
what was his last movie?
The last thing he did?
Last movie he directed.
You know, I should know this because I just saw the documentary on it, and now it fails me. Which, do you know it?
Yes.
What?
Family Plot.
Yes, that's right.
Bruce Stern was in it. A lot of people were in there. Wasn't the greatest, but it was all right. Another thing, Mel Brooks did High Anxiety, was a
Yes.
tribute to Hitchcock.
Of course.
And he actually sent the script to Hitchcock to get his blessing. And Hitchcock gave his blessing and loved it. And he would go to lunch with him once a week with Mel Brooks, going through the script, giving him ideas and stuff too also. So he was like totally into it.
Do you know he never won an Oscar?
Yeah. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. The movies would win Best Picture, but
Right.
he would never win Best Director.
Right.
It's interesting.
That
It was a
is.
different time. He wasn't loved in the Hollywood world. He was very demanding. He wanted his say. The studios didn't love him.
Right.
He was very at odds
Well,
with
that's
studios.
true. Well, he was bigger than, that's what these movie moguls,
Right.
it was their playground. And, to have some guy from England come here and direct. I mean, any director is nothing. Directors, actors, they were below them all.
Right. So he was the first to demand his name be above the movie.
Right.
Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. Alfred
Right.
Hitchcock's, like John Carpenter does
Right.
type of thing.
Right.
So that's Steve Kaminsky's The Steve Squares Show.
Yeah.
I didn't drop. I
Exactly.
just dropped that on you, just like
Well,
you don't
it
care.
doesn't
What do you
surprise-
care?
Does
Steve
not
Steve
surprise
could care
me
less.
at all.
Not at
You're
all.
waiting for me to say something. I'm not going to be.
I thought you were
mad.
going to say waiting for Guffman.
Whatever.
Oh, there was something. Oh, we got 7:27. We're doing good. But I thought there was one more thing I wanted to show you in my bag of from the
Oh my
from the
God.
show.
What is going on?
Oh, I didn't show you. I got the new plates in the mail. I got the new license plates. I'm going to put
Oh.
on the car. I didn't get to show you. I think I showed this on one other show. Look how nice these are. These were winners of the two years ago of the best plates. They have a best plate contest.
Really?
Look at the lovely plates. What do you think of those?
Oh, that is fantastic.
these,
Look
Tony.
at that. That's a beautiful, beautiful look.
It's Long Island.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that.
It's Montauk Point.
I'm surprised you didn't get the Yankees.
No, I wanted to do Long Island. What do you?
Yankees, come on,
No,
slugger.
No, but this is more peaceful. I don't want to be enraged right now. You see this Montauk
You're
birds?
enraged already.
Very nice. Look how calm. Right at the point.
Does it really help you?
Well, a little bit. It's a calming feel. I think it'll calm
Does it
drivers
really?
behind me.
I don't believe you.
And I think this might be a bit. Now I wonder which prisoner made these. Just kidding. Could be any one of our local officials. So, anyway, I'll put that back. I get political. I like to get political.
I love
That
when
would be
you- I love
Grover
when you-
Cleveland.
I love when you get edgy.
Why isn't this going in? Stop it.
I didn't say any. I didn't say anything.
Family show. You know,
I didn't say a word.
you don't have to. Your eyes say everything.
I didn't say a word.
And the alto sax of your voice right now, you're really reaching notes that only Glenda from Wicked could hear.
I'm telling you.
Let's see. What else did I have here? Oh, I had. So this was my bib. I had. You put your bib on. Mm-hmm. I had my bib.
You're not gonna catch any pasta on that bib. I'll tell you that. It's very small.
Pasta.
Yeah, it's a bib, right?
Oh. Papa. And then.
I'd have tomato sauce all over that thing.
Yeah, so that was pretty much. What else? Oh, this was the water I used for the race. I like to show everything. Gatorade.
Gatorade
They were
water.
They were giving the Gatorade waters out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they were giving out. That's pretty good, right?
Now, is there anything special about Gatorade water? What
Well,
is
it's just infused.
makes it so
you can look,
different?
it's just infused with electrolytes. No different than any other of your
Electrolyte infused,
electrolyte infused.
alkaline, just like the Duracells.
Exactly. You're drinking battery acid. That's why I was able to finish.
7-step enhanced filtration. Wow,
This is no toilet water, Steve. This is professional water.
this is yes.
This is not. They're not scooping this out of the Philly River. This is not dirty Philadelphia water.
No.
This is beautiful, clean, refreshing. You just feel nice, like right out of the creek. Say you're in an episode of Little House on the Prairie and Pa went down to the lake. That's what you're drinking. You know? Laura asks, Pa, I'm parched. It's okay, Laura. Go down to the creek.
Right.
Those were great episodes, too.
Oh, sure.
I love the Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, sure.
It was good.
Good times.
That was good times. Speaking of good times, Todd Bridges was great in that.
Yes, he was. He was in Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, he was in Little House on the
Yes, he
Prairie?
was.
I thought he was in Good Times, but you're right.
He was.
You're right. That's right. He was. You're good. Boy, I tell you, at 7:31, we know how to tie it all together. We just bring it on home. We wave them home, even though the ball's in the catcher's mitt already, and we just send them home. Go home. Maybe he'll drop it. That's how we do it. We would be great coaches. We should apply to manage a team. Right, Tony? What do we go online? Who could we get? Maybe a team that's not doing. Maybe who do you think? Who's really the White Sox?
Well,
they need new leadership. We take over the White Sox.
Marlins just got the new manager. They got the Dodgers first base coach. So maybe you can go down there and apply.
No, we go to Chicago. The White Sox, they lost 154 games.
Have you ever been in Chicago in the summertime? Oh,
It's worse in the winter, right? The windy city.
It is, but it is just like brutally humid.
Chi-town. The
Miami,
best.
Steve.
That would be nice. I could do well
Steve,
there.
Miami.
Yeah, Steve's got me there. I could do well there. All right, so let's do that.
You'll find Lady might be down there.
Let's do that.
And Alma.
Let's go down. We'll apply. They should do that. I think this is the mistake. Just like any other job, they should start doing interviews for, right, Tony? They should bring. I think fans are very smart and they underestimate. And I hate when Michael Kay does this. He always calls out fans as stupid, idiotic. But believe me, I mean, fans. It's the callers they take to
when he says things like
that.
this, it doesn't make him look any better. And this is why SNY is the Mets announcers are the superior broadcast.
Stop yourself.
And
I fall asleep listening to Hernandez.
Are you kidding me? I fall asleep listening to Yes. And the Yankees can be great and exciting, and they're the most boring presentation.
What are you talking about? They have Cohen and O'Neill? You love those guys.
When Sterling said during the playoffs, like a good Glaber, Torres is there.
I love that.
No.
That's Tony.
Done.
I love that.
No.
That's
Done.
gold.
Look,
that's gold radio right
Tony,
there.
I will give.
You can't hammer on Sterling. He's been announcing for 100 years.
Props to Sterling.
Thank you,
he is
Steven.
who he is. But the TV broadcast is, I don't know.
I don't like where this is all going right now. I'm
know,
gonna slug you with my Hitchcock gobblehead in another minute.
It's
Both
not-
of you. I'll take both of you out. This guy's big enough to
And
hit
I'm
both
not
of
being. I'm not being a Yankee hater.
You are.
I am. Yes.
I'm a Rocky
They're
person
not
today.
It is not appropriate for the world champion, the 27 world
Interlocking
championship.
28.
28. I get
Don't
confused.
miss one.
Tony,
with the interlocking
do you
NY.
even remember how many they've won, Tony? Be honest.
28.
Don't you lose track after a while?
No, because they always, remind us over and over and over and
Thank
over.
you, Tony.
Yeah.
Now,
I
I'll
mean-
leave you with this. It's just dropped on Amazon, I think. It's called Game 7. And they show all the greatest Game 7s.
Oh,
You should watch that. It's
yes.
real,
I
and they do
will
the whole
watch that.
backstory. Like, they don't just show that game. They show how it led up to that. It's really,
Was
really
it on
good.
Netflix?
On Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime? Oh, I'm going to have to.
You watched that tonight. It was
Save
so
that.
good. Really, really good. I just want to leave you something to watch. So that's it. You've learned a lot from the Steve Square Show. We like to teach. Grover Cleveland, right? Alfred
Todd
Hitchcock,
Bridges.
Todd Bridges. we cross the whole spectrum. You can learn Grover Cleveland, Todd Bridges, and Alfred Hitchcock in one show. That's a radio show. I want to see somebody else do that.
Let's get Leon Bridges on and talk about his father, Todd. How about that?
Make fun of me one more time. I'll tell you what I'll do with this electrolyte-infused battery acid. I'll throw it right over your face.
Wow.
On that note, what?
You say this in front of your family's watching you right now. Why
They
do you
know I'm
talk
kidding.
Like that?
They know.
Do they? Yeah,
They
do
know.
they really?
They know.
Do they really?
Oh, they know.
Oh.
I'm gonna, once I put those license plates on you, I'm gonna be a different man, a calmer, more Long Island type of guy. I'm not gonna be that angry New Yorker anymore. I'll be a calm Long Islander with birds. Did you see the birds on the back? And the nice Montauk point.
Birds, you're bringing us all back full circle.
It's all circle, baby.
Birds.
Thank you, Tony. For myself, for the Emster. Thanks for stopping by, Steve.
Thank you for
Tone,
stopping
it's
by,
always a
Steve.
pleasure.
Right back at you, pal.
I'm Funny Man Stevie K. We'll see you next week, 6:30.
Hopefully you'll feel better. You won't have to run in here.
I
like
know.
you did
I'll be on
last time.
time next week, I think. I think that the race is over.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And see all the great shows. Tony's Knock 'em Dead Comedy. You'll see us. Steve Squared Show. Go on my Ed Steve's show. Everything and Anything over on
The other radio station.
WHPC.
90.3 WHPC.
90.90 who?
90.3.
WHPC.
WHPC.
You can see Steve anytime.
Thank you, Pig Virus.
You're welcome. I dare you. We'll see you next Monday. Have a great night.
Goodbye.